Los Angeles.
Wow.
On one occasion, around 2013, Mr. Combs had a freak-off set up at the Intercontinental Hotel in New York City, after which he was charged with tens of thousands of dollars for damages by the hotel. Upon the information and belief that Mr. Combs' chief of staff, Tony Fletcher, paid the invoice charged by the hotel.
What?
Cassie was eventually instructed to use websites and escort services to find male sex workers to perform the FOs.
That's crazy.
Mr. Combs told
Yo, what it do? It's your boy Buck Breeze, Mr. No Slacking himself. No slacking involved. It's bad for your health. Yo, I'm a shake born shake time. Know what I'm talking about? Just can't hit y'all with this real quick and slide, man. Yo, for my shakers, I need y'all to check in. Everything shaking. Tap in with your boy. Yo, check it out. So tonight we got this shit going on right here, man. Yo, the whole joint. We gonna jump into this whole Diddy and Cassie case. You know what I'm saying? You know, she done filed a whole lawsuit on him. So we're gonna jump right into that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get right into it. No time is money, baby. We can't get $1 back. So let's see what's good with it. I don't feel like reading this, so we're gonna let academics read it for us. You dig?
should be good. All right. I'm trying to get the Okay. Here it is. Okay. In her lawsuit, blah, 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 against Diddy was 47 at the time. She alleged she would work long hours, blah, blah, blah. Okay. That's not the crazy part. She alleged she was exposed to a harassing and hostile work environment. Example, in 2015, she arrived late because blah, blah. He was present with house guest Gina, and he yelled at her and then asked, can't you see I have company? Okay, that's not that crazy. Then, okay. She said that when she finished making breakfast, she brought the food to Diddy's bedroom and knocked first, then entered to set up the meal. Upon entering, I noticed Mr. Combs and his guests indisposed and engaged in sexual activity. She also claimed that in 2015, Diddy's manager commented on the size of her lips, and he and one of her bosses asked a number of sexual-oriented questions. She says one of the bosses told her to sign a confidentiality agreement and whatever.
Hold up, what?
Okay.
What's going on with Diddy?
I thought there was some more.
The fuck?
There was some more shit where she was like, yo, Diddy pulled his dick out or some shit like that. Like, just whip that bitch out when she was setting up the food. I don't know, maybe I can find a better. Oh, yeah. The chef said that Diddy asked her to serve him snacks while he had sex.
Type of kinky, freaky shit do Diddy be on, y'all? You gotta watch a nigga like Diddy.
TMZ article, thank you. All right.
You on that kinky, freaky shit on your ass. Imagine you Diddy waiter, and he like, yo, I want you to serve me grapes and shit while I go tear this pussy up. Like, nigga.
Yeah, Diddy had his personal chef whip up meals right after he had sex and wasn't shy about showing off his manhood when she entered the room. In the documents obtained by TMZ, she was regularly summoned to serve Diddy and his guests while they were engaged in or immediately following sexual activity. She says at least on one occasion, Diddy was still naked when she entered the room and asked if she liked what she saw. The suit makes it seem like Diddy was recreating Caligula in his LA mansion. She says another time, one of his buddies approached her in the kitchen while he was nude, and asked her to check out his dick. She says she complained about sexual harassment to Diddy's assistant, and as a result...
Hold up. If you in a house like Diddy's, and you was a cook, a chef, or whatever, you better know that you up for some freaky shit. So you shouldn't be acting like you so surprised and shit when one of them niggas come pulling their dick out or something.
Was set up by another staffer to make it look like she had stolen one of his watches. According to the suit, she was fired with a string attached. If she signed a exit agreement,
Diddy a freaky ass nigga, boy. You already hear about the parties, so you would know if you his chef there's some shit going down.
Given all the rights to sue Diddy, she wouldn't be prosecuted. She said she refused to sign and was terminated a year ago. Okay? So Diddy's kind of notorious for these like NDAs or whatever going on. But okay, let's go back. So here's the lawsuit, and we're gonna kind of break all of this shit down. Okay, so let's start. This is some preliminary statements. Defendant Diddy is a rapper and record executive, popularly known by the names Diddy, Puff Daddy, or P Diddy. Came into fame. Okay, we all know that. It says the truth, however, is that Cassie was held down by Diddy and endured over a decade of his violent behavior and disturbed demands. From Miss Ventura, the dark times were those she spent trapped by Mr. Combs in a cycle of abuse, violence, and sex trafficking, among other violent, unlawful acts. He raped her in her own home after she tried to leave him, often punched, beat, kicked, stomped on her, resulting in bruises, black eyes, burst.
Is this a lawsuit? But you trying to put Diddy ass in jail? This don't sound like no damn lawsuit.
Lips and bleeding.
If it's a lawsuit, his ass going to jail for this lawsuit.
Blew up a man's car after learning that he was romantically interested in her. Forced her to engage in sexual acts with male sex workers while masturbating and filming the encounters. Ran out of his apartment with a firearm in pursuit of a rival industry executive whom he learned was nearby. Yo, Diddy was chasing niggas with guns?
Yo,
demanded Miss Ventura to carry a gun in her purse just to make her uncomfortable and demonstrate how dangerous he is. And introduce her to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol, substance abuse, and required her to procure illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addictions. Wow.
Hold up.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
A whole lot. This shit sound like Surviving Diddy or some shit.
Miss Ventura met him in 2005. She was 19. Okay, cool. I want to get to some more information that wasn't in the LA Times article that we read. Throughout the relationship, he was prone to uncontrollable rage and frequently beat her savagely. These beatings were witnessed by his staff and employees of Bad Boy Entertainment and Mr. Combs related businesses. Now, here's the interesting part, and let's start connecting a few dots. For what we know, there hasn't been any criminal complaints thus far about any of this behavior. Allegedly, everybody who came in the Bad Boy system then left the Bad Boy system as employees all signed NDAs, which means they have to shut the fuck up. They probably got a little bonus, but they cannot speak up, write a book, nothing of the sort to disparage Mr. Combs. Now, this is why there's an interesting thing happening, right? And let's go back to TMZ. If you go to TMZ, there's a new article up there that says Diddy is the subject of a NYPD criminal investigation, and it apparently involves sexual assault. Let's read this real quick.
Yeah, this is the shit we go. This is shit we're supposed to be getting into now. The other shit was just extra. This is know what I mean? This is why we here, y'all.
Today at, it looks like 9 p.m., okay? Look, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Diddy is the subject of a secret NYPD investigation, and although it's unclear if his ex, Cassie, made the criminal complaint, there's strong evidence it involves sexual assault. They tell TMZ there's an open case with the name Sean Combs. We're told it's an active case. Active, okay? So it's not something that was cleared. But the case file has been locked, which means it's a sensitive case where access is restricted. As we reported, Cassie has filed an explosive federal lawsuit which alleges rape and human trafficking, among other accusations. We inquired about the case at NYPD, and they responded with
rape and human trafficking?
The statement. The NYPD takes sexual assault and rape case extremely serious and urges anyone who has been a victim to file a police report so we can perform a comprehensive investigation and offer support and services to survivors. It was seen based on the statement, not only is this a sexual assault case.
They try to do Diddy like R. Kelly. They trying to pull everybody out that had a problem. Pull them on in. Let's hit their case. That's what they trying to do.
But the NYPD is actively looking for other alleged victims. They might be trying to Harvey Weinstein this nigga, like, which means let's get all the people he done fucked with, get them on one big like, you know what I mean, criminal complaint and sink this nigga. We contacted other law enforcement in numerous jurisdictions Cassie mentions in her complaint, include Miami, Beverly Hills, Los Angeles, and at every juncture, we got the same reply. No police report has been filed. as it pertains to Cassie or Diddy, and no investigation has been launched. Now, that's interesting. I don't know if those police precincts would be at liberty to discuss that with the media, like TMZ, even though TMZ is pretty like crafty with getting
they
sources.
get anything.
But here's the thing: I think Los Angeles is pretty much where a lot of people claim the fuckery with Diddy happened. Like he had this LA mansion,
Yeah,
and it was a
the
free
parties.
fest. You know what I mean? Like he was bringing people in from LA to fuck the girls.
You know, LA is a freaky
Yo, look
place.
how beautiful Cassie is. Yo, niggas be
Right.
sick, bro. Like
I
again, I don't know if I'm
somebody
believing all
else.
this shit.
That's
you know,
crazy.
Again, this is he said, she
She a
said at
pretty
this
girl.
point. Obviously,
See
you're gonna
that.
have to take a personal
That's
opinion if
crazy.
you want to believe it or not. But look how beautiful this girl is. Why would you want
How?
another nigga to fuck your bitch?
Right.
Like this shit like be boggling my mind. Why
Most
the hell
niggas
would
go
you be
crazy
like,
if
yo,
you
me
look
fucking
at
her
that
is not
girl.
enough.
The
I need to
fuck?
see 5 other niggas fuck her. What the fuck is that? Anyway, cool. Now, here's why I think this is a little bit interesting. I believe this is a little bit interesting that that there is a criminal investigation happening now, because I think that's the only thing that could go around all these NDAs that Diddy has allegedly had so many people sign. Because in an NDA, people would be under the pressure of Diddy suing them or something else happening to them because they signed this shut up clause, which is the NDA. However, if it's a criminal investigation and whatever they have to say is going to be important to said
they could
criminal
let it out.
investigation, they're good. So
Yep.
I'm wondering if they kind of open this up, right, to kind of lure other people out who may have been silenced by NDAs and other things. You get what I'm saying? So I do believe that this NYPD case is probably hoping to, flush out the rest of the victims. You get what I mean? Somebody says she said he had sex with dudes. Well, we'll see because we're reading the lawsuit. But I'm only bringing this up because you're gonna keep hearing NDAs, and the only thing, or one of the things that usually helps alleviates people shutting up because of an NDA is a
Criminal investigation.
investigation by the police.
Exactly.
Right? Okay, here we go. Yeah. So the beatings. So again, for example, if the beatings were witnessed by, if the beatings were witnessed by Mr. Combs' staff and employees of Bad Boy Entertainment, that means they're witnesses, right? But of course, they all have NDAs. So now that the investigation has been opened up, these people could speak at liberty to the cops. Like, yeah, I seen them beat her ass, or I seen them, do whatever. They said no one would speak up against their frightened and ferocious boss. Following these episodes of horrific abuse, he would immediately attempt to hide her and hide evidence of his violent rage. He often showered over gifts following the incidents, a typical pattern of behavior by serial abusers. In addition to the physical assaults, he frequently reminded her of his ability to cause serious harm, whether by requiring her to carry his gun in her purse, or by blowing up the car of a musician that was romantically interested in her. At an insult to injury.
Hold up. The car blow up situation. I know they ain't talking about Kid Cudi.
He used illegal substances and threats of violence to force.
I heard some shit. Come on, get into it.
Her into repeated unwanted sexual encounters with
This is live, by the way, y'all. This is live.
Sex workers. Over the years, Diddy abused her physically and sexually. She again tried to escape. Every time she hid, his vast network of corporations and affiliated entities found her, and for those who worked for Mr. Combs' companies, implored her to return to him. Many went as far to implicitly state that her failure to return would hinder her success in the entertainment industry. When she finally believed she separated from her longtime abuser, she joined Mr. Combs for dinner, after which if you were trying to get away from her for so long, why would you join a nigga for dinner?
Right, forced her home and raped her.
Okay, whatever. She joined him for dinner, after which he forced her into her home. Okay, so he forced her into her home and then raped her while she repeatedly said no and pushed him away. She's not fully escaped him, but the harm of the assault will last forever. Okay. All right. Cool.
That sound like Surviving Diddy.
All right.
They about to make a movie about this nigga.
So defendant Sean Combs as Diddy, Bad Boy Entertainment is being sued. Bad Boy Records LLC is being sued. Epic Records is being sued. Okay.
Damn.
Combs Enterprises is being sued.
Shit. Everybody.
By the way, the liquor brand that Diddy has falls up under here. So all the money that Diddy got from Ciroc or De Leon comes through here, this company. Okay, his music money comes through here, and I think this is a subsidiary of Bad Boy Entertainment. To be honest, yeah. Okay, and defendant Doe corporations 1 to 10 are other corporations and entities affiliated and associated with Mr. Combs or the defendant's corporations. Okay, cool. And some were employees. At all relevant times, they were employees of the plaintiff. Okay, cool. All right. So factual allegations. Let's do this. Cassie met him in late 2005 or early 2006 after he heard her first single played at a club, and he expressed interest in signing her to his label. At the time, she was 19. He was 37. Okay.
That's damn. Really?
Is that odd or is that like normal?
That's a little odd. That's a little odd, my guy.
Okay. Within months, in February 2006, she signed a 10-album deal? What the fuck?
Raping you records.
Yeah, he was definitely gonna fuck her.
Take that.
If you sign somebody to a 10-album deal, that means, nigga, you ain't never gonna be free.
Never.
Yeah, he was definitely gonna fuck.
Take that.
He basically signed her for the rest of her life. Like, I don't know if you know how they usually schedule albums, but when you hear 10-album deal, at minimum, it's 10 years. Because they usually call an album like a term or whatever the case is, and they usually put it into writing that you're only allowed to drop one per year at minimum.
And he wasn't going to let her release.
Sometimes they might say one every 2 years, right? Which again, you put a time limit on that and extrapolate it. At minimum, he signed her at 19. She wasn't going to be free till she was 30, right?
That's crazy.
Her first album, Cassie, was released 2006, debuting at number 4 on the U.S. Billboard. Now, this is probably the power of Diddy as well. Diddy is such a great promoter, and also like he has such a huge stake in the music industry that shit. Of course, you would want to sign to Diddy because if Diddy really wants your shit to go, your shit is gonna go. To promote the album, she made appearances on MTV Total TRL, BET 106 and Park. She suffered from significant performance anxiety during these appearances.
It's working her ass.
And press outlets were highly critical of her performances on this show. He sought to rehabilitate his newly signed talent, telling MTV, "You could hear the nervousness in her voice." And to be honest with you, I kind of smiled at it because it made me really appreciate what I love about her. She's a regular person. It just made me appreciate that she got nervous. It was kind of cute to me. To be honest, you got to understand that success for her is coming out of nowhere. It's so huge, and sometimes everybody handles it differently. While clearly paternalistic in noting that it was cute to him how regular Miss Ventura appeared, his comments rang true to some extent. Upon signing the Bad Boy, Cassie was quickly thrusted in the spotlight and was unfamiliar with how to navigate her new celebrity status. His recognition and glorification of Cassie's naivete proved to set the groundwork for his manipulative and coercive romantic and sexual relationship with Miss Ventura, a woman who was 2 decades his junior. Within a year of signing to Bad Boy Records, he became deeply entrenched in her life, almost immediately asserting possession and control over her and inserting himself into all aspects of her career and personal life. In 2006, he invited her to perform his song "Come to Me" along with him at the MTV Europe Music Awards in Copenhagen, Denmark. After rehearsal for the performance, he walked around in a robe with a drink in his hand, flaunting his lavish party lifestyle to his label's newly signed artists. During hair and makeup leading to the performance, Cassie's hairstylist and Mr. Combs' makeup artist told Cassie that Mr. Combs was interested in her. She shrugged off the gossip and, in fact, expressed disgust given the large age gap between her and the president of her record label, emphasizing the age and power dynamic. Early in their working relationship, Diddy positioned himself as a father figure and a protector of Mrs. Ventura. By the way,
Groomed her ass. That's how
or
he got
no,
in.
by way of example, after returning to New York after a trip to Las Vegas, during which she endured a brief hospital stay, Cassie, who by then was fully healthy, went out to a club with her friends. When Mr. Combs saw her out, he reprimanded her, telling her to go home and take care of herself. At the time, Cassie thought that the record label was looking out for her well-being and that Diddy had her best interests in mind. Diddy also ensured he was intertwined with Cassie's personal and social life, for instance, by inviting himself to Cassie's 21st birthday party.
Las Vegas.
That means Diddy was 40 at his girl's 21st birthday party?
That's
that
crazy.
You 40, she 30, is she 21?
That's definitely my guy.
Okay. He also brought along famous musicians and producers, thereby flaunting his celebrity status and influence in front of a young and impressionable Cassie. Although Mr. Combs knew that Cassie was in a relationship. Oh, she was. Damn, that's Mr. Take Your Bitch for real. Although Diddy knew that Cassie was in a relationship at the time, and even though he was publicly in a relationship with Kim Porter. Oh, damn, he was with Kim Porter at the time. He nevertheless pursued Cassie at an after party in a hotel suite following Mr. Cassie's 21st birthday party. Diddy pulled Cassie into a bathroom and forcibly kissed her. Cassie did not consent to this unwanted contact. She immediately ran out of the bathroom and the hotel suite and cried. She even told her best friend at the time about what happened, but was too scared to tell anyone else. At the Music Video Awards, Cassie's boyfriend at the time joined her and Diddy at the table at the awards ceremony. Diddy became angry, telling Cassie that the invitation to the awards ceremony was only for her, not for her significant other.
He ain't like that shit, boy.
Despite her clear rejection of Diddy's advances,
how you fucking
Diddy
bring another
continued
nigga
to
to the
demand
shit?
her spend time with him, including the weekend at Mr. Combs' residence in Miami and for nights out in New York City. At one particular time around September 2007, Mr. Combs insisted on taking her out. Cassie acquiesced. She was down. Fearing that rejecting Diddy's
She ain't want to reject him.
request would have repercussions for her album deal with Diddy
That's
and
how
his
he
company,
played it.
Bad Boy Records. Diddy
Controlled
picked
it through the
her up from the
fucking
Manhattan
album
apartment
deal.
in a blue luxury vehicle. Damn, she got good memory. Blue? Okay. She was surprised when she got in the car. Diddy was already inebriated. He handed her a pill and told her to take it. And when Ms. Ventura asked what the pill was, Diddy dismissed her and said she would like it. She later learned the pill was ecstasy, something that Cassie had never before tried and did not want to try. This was the first time Diddy had gotten Cassie high.
So Diddy be getting bitches all fucked up and then take advantage. That's what Diddy doing, huh? That's what he out here doing? Okay.
Then proceeded to drive recklessly at a high rate of speed down the West Side Highway of Manhattan. She was very scared, but she didn't dare object to Diddy, who appeared drunk, high, and agitated. Diddy took her to an upscale lounge in downtown Manhattan, where he proceeded to get into an altercation with the security staff who would not permit Diddy to enter, presumably because he was belligerent. Cassie decided to go home, but for the remainder of the night, Diddy messaged her incessantly, complaining that he left him high and alone. Okay, that's a typo.
That she left him high and alone.
What type of lawyer she got? This is a typo right here. It got to be she. That she left him high and alone. Okay.
He was high, he horny. He wanted to get some shit popping, and Cassie was with it.
In early fall 2007, Diddy flexed his power and influence when he paid a promoter to create a fake flyer for a party hosted by Cassie. The fake posting allowed Cassie to have an excuse to go to Miami, Florida, and get away from her boyfriend by using the guise of a legitimate event she had to attend. She was stunned at how easily Diddy was able to recruit others to lie for him. Cassie was uncomfortable with the fake flyer, but because the request to go to Miami was made by the owner of the record label, and because she was scared to go against his wishes and face repercussions for her nascent career, Cassie agreed to join Mr. Combs in Florida. During this trip, Mr. Combs provided Cassie with copious amount of drugs. She became more intoxicated than ever before. Her intoxication
And took totally advantage. Got her mad high in the trip and took just totally advantage.
lasted throughout the weekend trip. As she wanted Mr. Combs to continue to support her career, she felt she could not refuse Mr. Combs urging her to take more drugs. After providing her with drugs, Mr. Combs had sexual intercourse with Ventura during this trip. So they're saying this is the first time he fucked. Within 2 years of meeting Combs, Cassie found herself lured into the immediate circle of her boss, the owner of her record label and the most powerful man in the music industry. From the very start of the relationship, Diddy exerted his power over Cassie. The dynamic was fueled by their near 20-year age difference, as well as their relative positions in the music industry, with Diddy considered a music mogul and Cassie at the very start of her career as an entertainer. Mr. Combs aggressively demanded an approach. Mr. Diddy's aggressive and demanding approach to those who he had worked with made it impossible for anyone to challenge him. And Cassie soon learned that Diddy insisted on blind loyalty from anyone in his inner circle. Although Cassie had saved up some earnings from her young modeling career, Diddy's ostentatious display of wealth was intimidating to her. Diddy paid for things with wads of cash and would repeatedly tell Cassie, "Don't worry about money, I got money." Diddy expensed lavish vacation for him and her, purchased a car for her, paid for an apartment, and provided her with extensive amounts of designer clothing. Around 2008 to 2009, he began to rent an apartment in Manhattan for Miss Ventura. The apartment was within walking distance of Mr. Combs' New York residence. He first showed Cassie the apartment by bringing her there along with her parents. Miss Ventura's parents were skeptical of the mogul's display of wealth, but proud of their daughter's newfound success. Around 2010, Diddy similarly paid for an apartment for Miss Ventura in Los Angeles, which was located about 5 minutes away from Mr. Combs' residence. He paid for many of her apartments in California and also purchased a Jaguar for her around 2013 and 2014. In all aspects of Cassie's life were controlled.
All that shit was with her money, off her music, that he ain't pay her.
Either by Mr. Combs or his management companies. Every event she went to, from travel to the makeup to the clothing, was paid for directly by Mr. Combs or affiliated companies. Compounding this all-encompassing intrusion into her life, Mr. Combs secured his control over a young and impressionable Cassie by introducing her to a drug-fueled lifestyle that kept her complacent and compliant. She first introduced Miss Ventura to opiates around 2008 and would often have pills out in the open like candy. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs had been addicted to prescription painkillers and took ecstasy frequently. Okay, so Diddy was addicted to
that's why he's always dancing the fuck around and shit.
At first, Cassie was given the prescription that Mr. Combs received from a doctor in Miami. Eventually, Diddy exhausted his supplies of pills, and he demanded that Cassie procure prescriptions from this Miami doctor in her own name. Diddy also became deeply involved in her personal life, with his personal staff attending to her day-to-day travel and other needs, including medical care. On multiple occasions, he had her personal medical records sent directly to his email address. For example, when she started experiencing memory loss, potentially to the extent excessive drug use or the head injuries caused by Mr. Combs' beating. As described below, her MRI results were provided directly to Mr. Combs. Mr. Combs repeatedly arranged for his staff to drive her to certain doctor appointments. In this way, Mr. Combs exerted ownership over Ms. Ventura. As another example of the ways that he manipulated her and ensured obedience early on in the relationship, he asked her what she called her grandfather. When Cassie said that she referred to her grandfather as Pop Pop, Diddy perversely insisted that Cassie referred to him with that same nickname.
That's weird as hell.
What the fuck?
Right. Like, what?
Let me read this again. When Cassie said she referred to her grandfather as
What
Pop
type
Pop,
of weird, freaky shit?
Diddy perversely insisted that Cassie referred to him with the same nickname.
I don't know what type of weird shit Diddy on. Oh, grandpa freaky ass nigga.
What started as a whirlwind of celebrity meetings and drug and alcohol-fueled parties, however, quickly turned frightening and violent. She was exposed to intense violence that pervaded Diddy's rise to fame. For example, on one occasion, Diddy and Cassie were using drugs together in his home. One of his security banged and announced that Suge Knight, oh shit, a longtime rival of Mr. Combs, was spotted at Mel's Drive-In Diner in Los Angeles. Mr. Combs began to get dressed, retrieved multiple guns from a safe, ran out of his home to where he believed Mr. Knight was dining. Cassie became terrified and began to cry. On at least 2 occasions, Diddy demanded that Miss Ventura hold Diddy's gun in her purse. Cassie had no familiarity with guns, and she was petrified that the firearm would accidentally go in her purse. There was no clear reason why Mr. Combs required her to hold his guns, except to reinforce to his young girlfriend that he was violent, powerful, and dangerous. Over the next decade, multiple times each year, Diddy would violently beat her, leaving bruises on her body, and after every instance in which he beat Cassie, Diddy used his money and power to orchestrate extensive efforts to hide his evidence of abuse, including by hiding Miss Ventura in a hotel for days at a time to let her bruises heal. In one such instance, after a party with Jay-Z, Mr. Combs beat her ass repeatedly to escalate by kicking her and hitting her. He forced her out of the vehicle on Fifth Avenue in New York City. She was eventually able to hail a cab to get to her apartment in Manhattan, where she cried in fear, realizing that there was no one she could tell about what happened at the hands of this incredible, powerful man. She spent the subsequent 3 days hiding in an apartment. In January 2009, after Mr. Combs learned that Miss Ventura had spoken to another music manager at a party in L.A., he became enraged. She had hoped speaking to this manager would allow her to further grow her career and that Diddy would be happy for her, but instead he became extremely angry and pulled her out of the club where the party was taking place. In the car leaving the club, he beat her ass, pushed her into the corner of the vehicle, and given her the Little Reese 300 combo and a goddamn 8-town stomp. Mr. Combs' security staff, Roger Bonds, tried to stop the beating, but was unable to de-escalate the situation. When the car arrived at Mr. Combs' residence, Cassie attempted to run away, but Diddy followed her and proceeded to kick her in the face. Goddamn. Diddy,
surviving
Cassie
Diddy
was bleeding profusely and was ushered into Diddy's crib, where she began to throw up from the violent assault. Upon recognizing the damage he had done, the physical evidence of the abuse, he panicked, forcing his staff to bring her to a hotel suite at the London Hotel in Los Angeles. Damn, he really met her ass at the London, huh? It's not funny. Where she was required to stay for a week. During the stay, as her injuries healed from the beating, she finally realized that Mr. Combs' tremendous loyal network not only knew about and witnesses saw, but also that these witnesses were not willing to do anything meaningful to stop Mr. Combs' behavior. She recognized she was powerless, and reporting Mr. Combs to the authorities would not alter his status or influence, would not alter Diddy's status or influence, but would merely give him another excuse to hurt her, okay? While in the hotel, she asked to go home to her parents, but Diddy wouldn't allow her. She lied to her mother when asked about online gossip that reported the assault. She proceeded to Diddy proceeded to instruct his assistant to purchase excessive amounts of gifts for her, which was delivered to the hotel room where she remained trapped. She was terrified, isolated, unable to see the pathway out of the abusive hold that Diddy had on her life. She found herself becoming numb to the abuse she was experiencing and became entirely beholden to Diddy's demands. She began to blindly follow his instructions out of fear of getting the 300 combo by Little Reese. My brother Love. By Diddy's own admission, his relationship with Cassie was like Bobby and Whitney, Ike and Tina, Blueface and Krishan Rock. A clear acknowledgement of the unequal power dynamic and excessive domestic violence that permeated their relationship from the outside looking in. Cassie and others had referred to her relationship with Diddy like Ike and Tina.
Damn.
Blueface and Krishan, not gonna lie. Her volatile and abusive partner, who also owned the label and therefore held her future success in his hand, had fully exerted control over every aspect of her life. Wow, he forced her into sex trafficking. Oh, this is about to be the tea right here. This is about to be the tea. I ain't gonna lie to you. Within a few months of beginning a romantic relationship with the 40-year-old
surviving Diddy, man, I'm telling you.
Combs, the 22-year-old Miss Ventura, felt beholden to his whims and demands. While in New York City, Diddy told Cassie that he wanted to engage in a fantasy called voyeurism. Let me Google this real quick, chat.
Right, I was about to Google that.
Figure out what's going on.
Ahead. Do it up.
Voyeurism, sex. Hold on. Oh, okay, these saying pop up like a fucking
watching other people do it.
Voyeurism is a sexual interest or practice of watching other people engage. Oh, so it's one of those things where people are fucking, but you're in the room. Okay, so it's like rather than. Oh, okay, so you're voyeuristically enjoying it. So
yeah, you want to watch.
It's like watching porn, but watching real porn. Let me
right.
Click on this shit real quick. Hopefully, don't bring up some actual porn on my fucking screen.
This must be how he wanted her to have sex.
The term comes from the French word voyeur, which means to see. A male voyeur is commonly labeled as a peeping tom or jags, which a term which originates from the. I can't show this part because it's a naked nigga. Pause on the right side. It's Wikipedia though. Which originates from the lady Godiva. Is it Godiva or Godiva? Legend. However, the term is usually applied to a male who observes someone secretly and generally not in the public space. The American Psychiatric Association has classified certain voyeuristic fantasies, urges, and patterns, behavior patterns as a paraphilia in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual if the person has acted on these urges.
In other words, you crazy as fuck.
Or the sexual urges or fantasies has caused marked distress or interpersonal difficulty. Oh. Wow. I can show this part. Gender differences. Research shows that almost all, voyeurism is more common in men than women. However, research has found that men and women both report roughly the same likelihood that they would hypothetically engage in it. There appears to be a greater gender difference when actually presented with the opportunity to perform it. There's very little research done on voyeurism in women, so little is known on the subject, which limits the degree to which they could generalize to normal female population. In 2021, a study found that 36.4% of men and 63.8% of women were strongly repulsed by the idea. I think that's a lie.
You with voyeurism? Jump in the comments, man. How you feel about that?
Lie. Women will lie about that shit. But it's essentially, I guess you're saying damn near 60% of dudes are maybe not want to do it, but they're open to the idea or they're not repulsed by it. Men were more likely to be mildly or moderately aroused than women. But there was little gender difference among those who reported strong arousals. Okay, whatever. All right, cool. All right, we get it. Let's get back to the shit, chat. Okay, cool. So that's what Diddy's into.
What?
Cool.
Oh, shit.
Now, here's the thing.
Nah, he skipped it.
Is he jerking off at the idea of sex? Is he jerking off?
I don't know if y'all seen what it said up there, but it said that Diddy said it would turn him on to see her with another cock, nigga.
Looking at Cassie, or he's watching Jason Love, long dick Cassie, and he's jerking on at Jason Love. Yeah. We got to figure that out, man. Brother love. We got to figure this out. The first time, Diddy hired a man and brought the man to his home in Los Angeles. The man, Diddy, and Cassie wore masquerade masks. And ingested drugs. Diddy directed Cassie to perform sexual acts with the man while Diddy watched them. He masturbated while he directed Cassie and the man to do specific sexual acts.
Oh yeah, Diddy's definitely a freak.
The encounter lasted multiple days. What the fuck? Nigga, how horny you gotta be to fuck for days?
Multiple days? What the fuck? Oh, that's when you take that E-pill, it will last multiple days. I mean, it just was waking up, falling asleep, fucking.
That nigga must have been on a Cialis pill. That boy Diddy was on a Blue Chew. That nigga must have been on the honey pack. What the fuck?
Blue Chew and a honey pack, nigga.
Mr. Combs began to call the arrangement a freak off or a FO. He would repeatedly tell Cassie at random moments he wanted to do a FO, and Cassie was eventually expected to facilitate the location and the hiring of male sex workers. At certain times during Cassie's and Diddy's relationship, he would insist on a weekly freak off.
Wow.
He would repeatedly tell Cassie that this practice was our thing and our secret. The FO would often take place in hotel suites, including the Trump International. I'm at the Trump.
So Diddy's one of them dudes that want to watch another nigga smash his girl. That's crazy.
International, ask for me. Damn. Okay. In Columbus Circle, L'Hermitage, Beverly Hills, the London in L.A., the Intercontinental in Century City, the Intercontinental Atlanta, and the Intercontinental New York City. The One Hotel in New York and in Miami, the Mandarin Oriental Hotel in New York and in Miami, the Fontainebleau Miami, the Beverly Hills Hotel,
Wow.
and the Shutters on the beach in Los Angeles.
Wow.
On one occasion, around 2013, Mr. Combs had a freak-off set up at the Intercontinental Hotel in New York City, after which he was charged with tens of thousands of dollars for damages by the hotel. Upon the information and belief that Mr. Combs' chief of staff, Tony Fletcher, paid the invoice charged by the hotel.
What?
Cassie was eventually instructed to use websites and escort services to find male sex workers to perform the FOs.
That's crazy.
Mr. Combs told Mrs. Ventura to search for large. What the fuck, Diddy?
Yo, that's crazy.
Is this a party? Mr. Combs told Cassie to search for large black penises? Shrek? Yo, chat. I'm still pussy for not showing up to that party in London. He already, listen, are we reading the same document? First of all, Diddy and London. You hear when these things was going down?
Yo, man.
Meet me at the London. I don't want to meet Diddy in the London Hotel, in London Bridge. Nothing with London in it, nigga. I'm sorry, okay? We ain't meeting nothing with a London in it, nigga. Nothing, okay? Fuck is you talking about?
Yeah.
Nigga.
Yeah.
Nigga, over the last 2 weeks, nigga, I'm about to start walking around with a fucking diaper. One gay nigga's threatening to rape me, and Diddy's trying to bring me to the London. Fuck out of here. What's going on, man? Listen, protect Axe Anus.
Yeah.
Real talk, though. Real talk. Something going on up in this industry.
Yeah, man. Nah, it's stupid.
He told her to search for black penises on the website. Big ones.
That's crazy.
Sometimes Diddy would pay to fly male sex workers to his location.
Wow.
Including to multiple cities in the United States as well as abroad. He would require Cassie and his staff to help him make these arrangements. Mr. Combs' assistants would help set up the freak-offs, including setting up the hotel suites with baby oil and Astroglide.
Yo.
God damn.
Yo, Diddy
had a fucking slip and slide made of lube in his goddamn bedroom. You might fuck around and slip and fall on a dick. Mr. Combs always supplied Mrs. Ventura, aka Cassie, and the sex workers with copious amount of drugs before and during the freak-offs. Cassie was given ecstasy, cocaine, GHB. Chat, what's that? What's that? Y'all fiends, what's that?
What's what that is?
Ketamine, marijuana, and alcohol in excessive amounts during the freak-offs, which allowed her to associate with these horrific encounters. It became commonplace to get IV fluids in the days after a freak-off to recover from the excessive substances pushed upon her.
That's crazy.
I know I seen Diddy with a fucking IV in before. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
You ever seen Diddy with an IV in? If you did, then that's why. Recovering from them freak offs, nigga.
Don't tell me This was after a freak off. Oh.
Oh shit. Yeah.
My boy went so hard doing the freak off, he's walking around with the IV. Oh, no.
Oh man. Yeah.
The freak off.
That's crazy.
This nigga still moving like he the freak off, huh? Bad boy, take that, take that. Oh no.
Yo, nah.
No way, Diddy. Not the IV. Fuck. IV treatment.
That's crazy. This nigga be going that hard with another nigga
Nah, this shit is crazy.
and shit. And mad drugs, liquor.
Yeah, I'm about to apologize to Diddy, man.
Nah, Diddy, say it ain't so.
I don't want no smoke with this nigga.
Say it ain't so. He about to go to all the videos this nigga laid up.
The fuck?
Laid up in the hospital with the IV up in him.
Bro, I must leave that there. Okay. So it was commonplace to get an IV after the freak off. Cassie was required to dress up in lingerie for a freak off, and Diddy insisted she wear white nail polish to contrast her nails with the skin of the black men he hired to pipe her down. During
That's
the freak off, he would instruct Cassie to pour excessive amount of oil over herself. He would then instruct Cassie and the sex workers to speak to each other, and then would specifically tell Cassie where to touch the sex workers. He would say things like, "Bitch, grab that big black dick." What the fuck? Diddy!
Yo, man.
You hear this shit?
Diddy is fucking...
And ask her while she was getting pummeled and donkey fucked, how does it feel? Sound like Diddy wanted to get bent over himself.
For real.
Shreddy?
For real.
As he directed her to perform for him during a freak off. In addition to directing Cassie and masturbating. Oh shit, this nigga's like an ambidextrous nigga. He pointing, hey yo, grab that big dick. He whacking off at it. This nigga's like multitasking. He whacking off
Yeah.
and he directing the porno. Same time. Holy. Diddy would use his laptop, his phone, and his tablet to film. God damn it. This nigga filming with 3 devices at once. Yo. If y'all niggas ever got in Diddy's iCloud, y'all niggas will probably find some shit. Y'all find that nigga doing the Harlem Shake right before Tupac got shot. Y'all find him having an orgy with like all the top black men in the industry.
Yeah, that's
You
crazy.
find him with like 10 niggas lined up to pipe Cassie out, and he over there saying, "Yo, grab his balls, Playboy, grab his balls." Oh shit, this is crazy.
Yo, man.
To film Cassie while she has sex. To film Cassie having sex with the hired sex workers, he treated the force encounter as a personal art project, adjusting the candles for lighting and to frame the videos he took. While Cassie quickly deleted any photographs
Yeah.
or videos of the sex acts if they were taken on her phone, Diddy repeatedly made it clear that he retained many of the videos during the freak-offs. Yo, that's a crazy name. A freak-off. Yo,
Hey, I got
this
the
thing act
video.
like it was an Olympic event. A freak-off. Even when she deleted the video, Diddy would tell her that he could get the deleted device back from her phone. On one occasion, he sat next to her on a flight, made her watch a video she thought she had deleted, reinforcing her ability to escape and the immense power he held over her. He
That's
would pay the
crazy.
male sex worker a few $1,000s in cash for their services. during some of the freak-offs, he would become so intoxicated, he would slap the fuck out of Cassie in front of the male workers. She was repulsed by his demands. Between the physical beating and recognizing his incredible power and an incredible temper,
He get mad at her.
petrified of her partner and boss, and felt she could not say no. He would even present her with lavish gifts prior to or in the middle of a freak-off. Imagine she's over here gagging on a 15-inch cock, and Diddy's like, "Hey, I got your Chanel bag." Like, yo, Diddy's a wild boy. So he would give her lavish gifts in the middle of the freak-offs, seemingly acknowledge the ways in which these 4 sexual encounters constituted work for Cassie, and that he needed to compensate her for her work. At one point, he had given her so many designer bracelets for the freak-offs that she felt she was being shackled by the presence. Frequently, her anxiety before a freak-off, yo, this is crazy, would become so great that she would become physically ill, sometimes to the point of vomiting. While kneeling over the toilet, Diddy would shame her into performing for him, eventually forcing her to get up and proceed with the encounter.
Wow.
She knew firsthand that telling Diddy that she didn't want to engage in the freak-off was going to be met with anger and violence. In addition, any suggestion that Cassie would refuse the freak-off,
That's crazy.
or otherwise report Diddy's abuse, was met with ultimatums by Diddy, who would say Cassie couldn't go to the police because she has a lot to lose. Around 2015, for example, in the middle of a surprise birthday dinner for Cassie's 29th. Damn, she was with that nigga from 19 to 29. That's 10 years. God
That's
damn.
crazy.
Diddy insisted that Cassie leave the party and go to a hotel for a freak. Yo, Diddy like that? Yo, how you at a surprise birthday party? You'd be like, yo, fuck all this candle blowing, man. Yo, call up the big dick niggas. We finna have a freak off. Okay? That's what we finna do, okay? Let's get to the London and we about to have a freak off. God damn. Insisted that she had to go to the hotel for a freak off. When she expressed she didn't want to go, Diddy had Miss Ventura cornered by security staff and forced her to leave with him. After this freak off, Diddy and Cassie went back to the hotel room where she was staying, where some of her friends were already hanging out. He was severely intoxicated at one point in the night, picked up one of her friends like a child and dangled the friend over the balcony of the 17th floor hotel suite.
Damn.
Cassie and her friends were scared by Diddy's erratic behavior.
Damn.
But Cassie was heavily sedated because of the drugs she took to participate in the freak-off, and therefore was unable to respond to
This is definitely surviving, Diddy. Watch. They're going to do a movie on his ass.
terrifying behavior. The freak-offs became work for Miss Ventura, and despite her protestations, Diddy insisted on these intricately staged and forced sexual encounter between Miss. Yo, damn, you sound. It just sound like hundreds. Yo, I just,
right.
This boggles my mind. Yo, Diddy's weird. I'm sorry.
Ain't just 10, 20.
Again, maybe this ain't true, but nigga, look how beautiful Cassie is. Why would you want a bunch of niggas fucking her? The average man gets mad at the thought of another nigga looking at his girl. Why would you want another man fucking your bitch? Damn, Cassie body count is probably crazy. Like, damn. You know who's probably the nigga who's most mad? Cassie's new man.
Hell
Yo,
yeah, he pissed.
Diddy done recruited every nigga with a 15-inch dick to pipe the shit out of Cassie. Nigga, it might be like throwing a hot dog down a fucking hallway at this point. Okay? You up in the box like, fuck you, Diddy. This why I can't feel them walls. Fuck you, Diddy. Fuck you, Diddy. This why I can't feel them walls, nigga. Fuck you. God.
Yo, man. Shit crazy, man. Yo. Yeah, man. Yo, man. What you think, man? Jump in the comments. Know what I mean? Tap in, man. Word up. Yo, it's your boy, Buck Breeze. Mr. No Slacking himself. No slacking involved. It's bad for your health. Yeah, I'm a shake boy, shake time. Know what I'm talking about? Kinda hit y'all with this, now I mean, slide. Got some shit I gotta do. But my shakers, I need y'all to check in, man. Everything shaking. Tap in with your boy. Let's go.